Max is amazing. I spoke to Max a few months ago and I had dinner with him yesterday evening. There's loads he's going to say. He was up, well, most of the way up Mount Snowdon last week. It's extraordinary. And actually, all I want to say to introduce him is this. From the little time I've spent with him, but everything I hear and everything I know, this man is the absolute personification of something that is incredibly important, which is always, and first and foremost, to see the ability in people, not the disability. And with that in mind, I am absolutely delighted to hand the stage over to you, Max.
Hello, everyone. May I start by saying what a privilege it is to come back and speak to you all today. It only feels like yesterday I was one of you in the crowd for Speech Day, so to be here now is a great honour. I'm also aware that most of you want to have this over so you can celebrate the end of the year, so I'll try not to waffle on too much and hopefully keep you engaged. When I was first asked to speak, I looked at my career and I thought, what about it can I bring to the table? I'm actually a mid-ranking government economist who's doing pretty well for myself, but I'm not exactly a superstar. However, then I thought about it and I realised it's about so much more than my career. It's about a journey, it's about trials and tribulations, and it's about overcoming the odds. In 2009, during my final year of A-levels, I suffered a spinal cord injury. I broke my neck playing rugby for the second team against what is now Mount Kelly. My life was in an instant turned upside down. Before my injury, I was very sporty, playing rugby, football, cricket, and more for the school. I was a bit of a troublemaker, especially to the teachers I thought deserved it, but overall, I worked pretty hard. I was just your average school pupil. I have many very fond memories of the school here. Mostly they revolved around the school fields, but I'll never forget daring my friend Ben to take a ride on the minibus ladder. We were all on the minibus, and he hid until the last minute, when he grabbed onto the ladder as our teacher drove off. He had told us to let the teacher know as soon as it was moving, and he thought it would end there. Of course, we never did this. As we picked up pace down the hill, you could see in his eyes the realization he had no way off. We ended up driving all the way down the hill, down the Snake, past what was then the police station, over the roundabout, and all the way up to the High Courts before the teacher realised that Ben was on the back. The thought of what other members of the public must have been thinking as they saw a Truro School bus emblazoned with the logo and a child hanging on for dear life on the back still makes me chuckle to this day. And yes, before you try it, we were suitably and quite rightly punished. A shout out must also go to the Rev, for whom this will be his final speech day. He was always there to listen and knocked out some cracking sermons. Who knew that Lincoln Park could form a religious lesson? From going from this ordinary school life, I was suddenly in a different world. I spent 3 months in intensive care. I nearly died of pneumonia twice. And then I spent a further 7 months in a spinal rehab centre. It was there I would learn to live with a life where I would never walk again, never have use of my fingers, have significant issues with bowel and bladder, and much, much more. It was tough and it led to some dark places, but what got me through was community. Rehab is a bizarre place where humour, like dark humour, and camaraderie are often the things that get you through. Somewhat related to Truro School, I'd say. Through that incident, I was blessed with finding out the people who truly care for me, and it turned out to be more than I could ever realise. My friends, the school, the rugby community all rallied to support me. People attached to the school raised lots of money to help me buy much needed equipment. They organised visits to come see me all the way up in Salisbury, and I had messages of support from all around the world. A trust fund was set up in my name to help support me, which until very recently was run by a very dedicated Jane Grigg, who's now a retired member of the Truro School staff, and to whom I'm forever grateful. Most of all, my friends stuck by me. Beyond the initial shock, they still treated me like me. Can I just get a drink of water? Sorry. Just bring the can. That's fine.
Do you want it in your cup?
No, I'll just be in the can. It's fine.
Okay.
Just pass it to my hands. Cool. Sorry about that. Most of all, my friends stuck by me. Beyond the initial shock, they still treated me like me. They let me know they had my back, but they still took the mickey out of me. They made me feel human, not like the sterilised hospital world I was surrounded by. On coming out of hospital, I actually attended my original Leavers Year's speech day, but as a pupil still. At the time, I decided to get a purple Mohican haircut in hospital just to add some humour to the situation. When I arrived at speech day, all my best friends had also turned up, rocking Mohicans. Apparently the headmaster at the time, Paul Smith, was not best pleased, but upon being told it was in support of me, it was allowed. A nice bit of compassion from the headmaster there. That support extended when I left hospital. I wanted to get back on track. Truro helped me do that by making special arrangements so I could come back and do my final year. It was tough, coming back in my wheelchair with my friends now moved to uni. Again, it was the people that saw me through. The speech day's theme is compassion. My first day back, I was petrified. I purposely sat alone at lunch, but then suddenly one person moved, then another and another, until I was sat at a full table. It was in that moment my fear was expelled and that compassion got me through. I'm still close friends with that first person who moved to be next to me. All the support and compassion I was given allowed me to achieve what I have. In a world where only 37% of spinal cord injury people secure employment, with that figure being much, much lower for injuries as severe as mine, I've managed to beat those odds. I completed my A-levels within the first year out of hospital. I got an economics degree. I got a scholarship to do a master's. I then got a job in my desired profession straight out of uni, and I've had multiple promotions since. However, as I said earlier, it's not just work that is important. I learned to live my life to the full and to accept any opportunity that comes my way. This has led to me doing so many things I never thought I'd be able to do, from driving fast cars on racetracks, skydiving, playing wheelchair rugby, skiing, learning to fly a plane, and last week, climbing Mount Snowdon with the help of one of my long-term Truro School friends. That was actually in aid of Backup, who are a fantastic charity that help get spinal cord injured people back to living full lives via things such as mentoring, activity weekends, courses, and teaching wheelchair skills. They're another organisation that allowed me to succeed, and I encourage you to look at the link the headmaster shared with some of you earlier in the week, and please donate if you feel so inclined. I still face daily struggles. It takes me 2.5 hours to get ready in the morning. I have issues with carers who can be extremely difficult to manage, but I'm forced to rely upon. I have regular illnesses and skin problems, and I get severe pain as a consequence of my condition. I also still suffer from some insecurities about my condition, despite coming across as very confident. However, through all this, I won't stop, as I want to know that I've lived my life to the full when I die. Next year, I have plans to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, alongside 2 other wheelchair users. If we manage it, we'll be the first tetraplegics to reach the summit. We will require a lot of help, but I'm going to do everything possible in order to succeed. I'll be documenting my planning and journey through a YouTube channel called The Tetra Travels, if anyone does want to follow our progress. Other challenges and adventures have also been documented there. In the future, I want to move to more presenting and filmmaking. I'm only just beginning this journey, but I believe I can use it to spread a message that disability is not something to be ashamed of, and that whatever your position, you can go out there and achieve amazing things. I will see how this progresses, but again, it is an opportunity I must try. After all, failing is not a disaster, but not attempting to try is. In all of this, I have 5 lessons I want you to take. 1. Be compassionate and support each other. You don't quite know the struggles others are facing. You also might not realize how the small acts of kindness can build to create life-changing effects for someone, just as it did for me. 2, if you have special people in your life, keep them close and let them know. People like my friends who still check up on me and make my life fun. My amazing mum, who I believe is over there, who stood by me every step of the way, and without whom I don't know where I'd be. And my wonderful fiancé, who pushes me to be a better self every day and is my rock, who is also sat over there. Nurture those relationships. Tell them you care, and it will help you, and it will also help them thrive. You will have difficult relationships also, but you have to learn which ones are worth your time. 3, dark times come and go. There will often be problems or things that are difficult, so you must treasure the things that bring you happiness. But also know, when things are hard, eventually they will become easier, even if they never get fully resolved. 4, Truro is a community. Use it and add to it. If you are still a student, take the opportunities it offers, be it sport, music, drama. Make the most of it and find your passion. If you're leaving, attend the reunions, keep in touch with people, and remain part of that community. You never know what opportunities it may throw your way, and having that Truro School connection will forever create bonds. 5, live your life. Say yes to opportunities. I learnt how fragile life can be, and I was lucky enough to escape disaster to live again. Take it from me, it's valuable. You must enjoy it and make the most of it. Thank you for listening, and you're now one speech closer to leaving for the summer.